Hi everybody, my name is Daniel Abramson. I'm the Curriculum Development Director for the Tikkun Project at the Leo Beck Day School. In grade 5, students have been learning a little bit about Indigenous culture since before the arrival of European settlers, all the way through first contact and treaties, learning about the different ways of life and ways of knowing that Indigenous people had, all the way up until modern times, including through residential schools, and now in an era of truth and reconciliation where Canadians are coming together to try to restore our relationship with the Indigenous people who have been the stewards of the land. So I put together a resource package that's specifically for parents, and the teachers are going to be sending it out. In the resource package, you're going to find a couple of different things that you can have a look at if you're interested in. It'll let you know a little bit about Indigenous ways of knowing, history and culture, a little bit about modern challenges, a little bit about residential schools, a little bit about land and about treaties itself. I know that when I was going to school, I didn't have access to a lot of the same information, so what we wanted to do was really support parents to be able to do a little bit of learning, to be able to support conversations on your own. You're always welcome to email me. You're always welcome to email your children's teachers, and we're happy to help point you in the direction of some really great resources. Today, I just wanted to highlight a couple of them, so I wrote them down for you here. The first one that I have on my list is a book called Braiding Sweetgrass. You can download an audio copy of it from the Toronto Public Library. You also might be able to get it on ebook, or if you're lucky enough to have it, you should pick it up. So Braiding Sweetgrass was a book by Robin Wall Kimmerer. She has a PhD in botany, and she does an amazing thing of weaving together scientific information with Indigenous ways of knowing, and it's kind of a story of Robin getting to know her own culture and tradition and giving a very powerful lesson about environmentalism through Indigenous ways of knowing. So Braiding Sweetgrass is a great read, wonderfully told story, so you should pick it up if you get a chance. For people who are more interested in the complexity of the long narrative of Indigenous people in this land, all the way from creation stories up until today, Thomas King, a Canadian Indigenous author, did a series, the Massey Lecture Series, I think in 2013 on CBC, and the whole series is available as a set of podcasts. There are 5 episodes that are about an hour each, and definitely worth the listen. It's fascinating. Thomas King's book, Truth in Brightwater, was also a really great read about learning a little bit about the challenges of life on reservations and city life. So Truth in Brightwater is a great read. Let's see. Embers by Richard Wagamese. I just finished reading this for a class at U of T, and it's actually a set of reflections by Canadian author Richard Wagamese. He writes them first thing in the morning, surrounded by the sacred medicines, cedar, sweetgrass, sage, and tobacco, as well as a collection of his favorite books. Every morning he writes down a reflection, and this book, Embers, is a collection of all these reflections. They focus on small moments in life, and big epiphanies that he has through talking with elders and just taking his time. It's a great book if you want to understand a little bit about Indigenous spirituality. And the last one on my list today is called Sweetgrass Basket. Sweetgrass Basket is a narrative about 2 sisters going through the Indian residential school system. It's a deeply sad and moving book. It's written almost like poetry. The story of one girl, Maddie, is written on one page, and then her sister, Sarah, has the next page. And they're written in different tones and even a different typeface. It reads kind of like poetry, but it's a really powerful look into the life of 2 girls as they navigate the residential school system. It's similar to the book Fatty Legs. Fatty Legs, if you're looking for a read that's informative and a little bit on the lighter side, that also has a message that's a little bit more hopeful. Fatty Legs chronicles the story of a girl also going through the residential school system. That one is appropriate to read with your kids, and I would say that Sweetgrass Basket would be one that I would read first, and for some parents and some students it would be the source of a super rich discussion, but definitely something that I think most Canadians should read. So those are my suggestions for some resources to support some conversations around the table. And as always, you're always welcome to reach out to your child's teachers or you can send me an email at dabramson@leobeck.ca if you have any questions. I hope you enjoy the resources, and hopefully we'll see you all soon.